Well, we'll start with that then. No blue roses. It's day 1842 of Animal Crossing and no blue roses. Some additional thoughts on ATLiens by Outkast. And some of you are noticing, I have a special guest behind me. Some of you know what this is all about. Some of you do not. And for those of you who do not, you're probably expecting an explanation, and I'm not going to give you one. But those of you who do know what's going on, you can now see with your own eyes. I have followed through. The poll results were overwhelmingly positive for Slurpee being involved with videos. The only thing I was thinking of is with my setup right now, how the screen is. Oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. With the reaction, I always slide my video screen over to the left so I can have the lyrics. And I don't know where I'm going to put Slurpee. Maybe I'll put them in a bag and put them on my head or something. I don't know.
Like those hats that have two things and then straws.
That's for beer. That's not for fish.
We can put a bowl.
A bowl? You want me to drink Slurpee while I do a video reaction? It is gross.
No.
There's still some wrinkles to iron out here, obviously. Okay, ATLiens. Interesting experience with ATLiens. Good album. Enjoyed the album. This was a good experience for me, and this is a good example of how the two-way street in my listening to this and you guys being here with me and helping me understand certain things. Because honestly, I was listening to it, and while I do like it, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy this album quite a bit, really. I kept thinking, man, it seems like it's leaning too much on the lyrics and that there wasn't really a whole lot going on with the beat. But then when I went through the comments the other day, a lot of people were saying, you got to understand, there's 96, there's a lot of East Coast, West Coast sounds. The South hadn't really, obviously with Southern Playlistic, Outkast had come out, and I think they won new artist or something like that. And so with this album and this sound on the album, it was totally different. It changed the game. And so that's what's cool with this experience for me, is having you guys help me out. Because I've said before, I cannot recreate like the timeline and the sound context, I suppose you could say. And so when some album comes through and it really breaks the mold, I can't recreate that because I'm just not in that frame of time, So that helped, because there were a couple times I'm like, I like it. But then I'm also reading comments from people talking about Aquemini and how the production jumps way up on Aquemini. I kind of got the feeling I'm going to be an Aquemini person. So I've seen a lot of people say ATLiens is their favorite. I've seen a lot of people say Aquemini is their favorite. And then what's the other one? Stinkonia or something like that. But Aquemini, I feel like, based off of what I've read, probably going to dig that one quite a bit. I mean, I like this album. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to put it down or anything. This is a great album. But I did find myself on multiple occasions going, yeah, but the beats are just a little thin. But if that was kind of the point, if that was a breakthrough of sound at that time where you're getting away from the East and West Coast sounds that were dominating rap at the time, okay, cool. I'm on board with that. A lot of you guys will talk about, multi-track runs, great multi-track runs. And I like that. Every now and then I'll pick out a couple. I haven't mentioned any, I think, on the channel yet. I don't know why. But Millennium, E.T., and 13th Floor, especially to close out the album, I love it. Great 3-track run, great closer. I think really that's, to me, is what makes this album so great, is that it closes so strong. Millennium, E.T., 13th Floor, Mainstream's back there. Babylon's a great one. Because with Waylon, I mentioned in the reaction how I feel like the vocals for Andre are muffled. That one kind of throws me off a little bit, and it bums me out. It's a shorter track, so it's not that big of a deal. And then Decatur Psalm is cool. I did not put a heart next to that one. I don't know exactly why. I still don't have a heart next to Elevators. And some people said in the comments, like, wow, I'm kind of surprised you didn't get into that one. That was like a huge one, or, that was one of my favorites. Saw those comments, went back and listened to it a couple of times. And I did like it a little bit more, but it didn't really grow on me as much as I think some people wanted it to. It is a cool song, but I think it's like super chill. And I think really what's happening with me and that song specifically is like this week at work has been such a fucking drain. Like I've been so busy. And so when I'm driving home, I'm so tired. And when that one comes on, I'm just like, I need more. So it's not a knock against the song or anything like that, but it's just, you know, where I am. I feel like if it was a Saturday night and it was dark and I was smoking, could probably get into that song big time. So I think a little bit of circumstances playing into my experience with that one. Two Dope Boys in a Catalog is a great track. ATLiens. My wife was really getting into ATLiens. You know, throw your hands in the air, and what does it say? You don't care. She was really enjoying that. Jazzy Belle, Wheels of Steel is still my favorite. I love that chorus. I love that guitar lick in there. It's just a great song. Still my favorite. I think it was my favorite during the reaction. Yeah. And then, you know, honestly, I don't have a lot of notes with this one. Just because I feel like ATLiens, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. You know, the lyrics are great. The rapping's fantastic. It's really, really good. I feel like, honestly, I almost feel like that's a drawback in the sense that the rapping is so good and the beats being as subdued as they are, it feels like lopsided. Like it feels weighted to one side so much so that it's almost obvious. And so then my mind starts to think, oh, Andre and Big Boy are kind of carrying the album, even though I know that's not true. I'm just saying that I was kind of having that experience a little bit. And so, you know, just in that example, totally lost my train of thought right there. I don't know if you guys saw it. It just that way. What do you think, Slurpee? Did I fuck it all up? Yeah, he knows. He knows. Oh, so it being a straightforward experience. One thing I do like, though, is this whole ATLiens. I love this concept because it's a great duality between, you know, representing Atlanta, claiming Atlanta, being from there, talking about the towns that they're from and, you know, these neighborhoods and stuff like that. Not so much on this one as much as the previous album, but still, definitely, this is who we are, this is where we're from, etc. But then this whole play on feeling like an alien while being in this place. I really liked that. And especially when the album closes out with Millennium and E.T. and 13th Floor, you know, out of this world, are you alien, out of this world? And a lot of the content, lyrical content that exists with these songs, especially with Andre's verses, man, you can tell there is this struggle of, I don't want to be this. I don't want this to be me, and I don't want this to be my lifestyle. And I'm looking around at people and I feel like we could do better than this. And so it's a really well done subtlety of trying to get people to kind of look at things from a slightly different angle, you know, especially with E.T. And that as it ends, you know, this out of this world, are you alien? And just letting that question linger there. And then what's cool is the way it's delivered, you can sing it really well. So it's almost like this subliminal message that gets put in your head, kind of questioning this idea, even if it's not obvious. But it's really cool. I like that. So that was a concept that I started to notice through the album, and it's just really well done. I like the subtlety of it, but I like how there's just enough there that you can pick up on it without, you know, it beating you over the head. Because sometimes you want to listen to an album, you just want to chill. And this is a really cool chill album in that respect. But it's still nice to have something that's got some substance to it. So I feel like this, you know, it hits all the boxes in that regard. It's got cool, chill sounds, great lyrics, great rapping, good message, but it's not like preaching to you too hard. It's not beating you over the head with it. But it is still kind of like living some layers in there. So maybe you get some questions forming in your mind about, you know, just life or what you're doing and all that kind of stuff. It's just neat. It's really well done. Really well done. And I think that pretty much wraps it up. It's not the longest video. Now, regarding the Drake album, literally, no one told me to listen to it. when I kind of teased that I might do it in the reaction video, no one told me, oh yeah, you got to listen to it. Even the people who like the album, even the people who are Drake fans, they told me, I like Drake. Honestly, I even like the album. Don't listen to it. And I thought that was funny. And I thought it was really kind of great because, especially coming from the fans, since they want Drake to win me over, but they also know me and what I'm into, and whatever, honestly, Nevermind is, it ain't something I'm going to be into. So I thought that was funny, but it was kind of cool too.
Did you listen to it?
No, I didn't listen to it. No. Slurpee, you got anything you want to say? Something this fish will do, which I complain about, but I secretly like. Don't tell my wife.
I didn't hear you.
I'll feed him and stuff, right? And he'll try and flick his tail, and every now and then he successfully splashes me with water with his tail. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Not the most in-depth additional thoughts, I know, but I feel like ATLiens, man, easy to take in, easy to enjoy, good lyrics, good stuff to kind of ponder over, but it doesn't beat you over the head with it, and then there's not a lot of stuff to like tear into and really. Oh, that's why I'm still rambling. I knew there was one more thing I wanted to say. So one guy, I forget his name, left this comment, and it was a great comment. I even replied to it. He said, "Don't overthink stuff all the time, Bob. Sometimes you just got to listen and feel it." And I replied something along the lines of how I try to, but my brain just goes and goes and goes. But I fully agree with that comment. And it's something I try to remember because I love getting into lyrics and trying to find deeper meanings and double meanings, all this stuff, right? But sometimes, yeah, they're just trying to make a chill beat. Sometimes they're just trying to put this kind of energy out there. And it isn't something to overanalyze or tear apart. It's just something to enjoy. So I forget the name. I apologize. I didn't look it up before I started the video. But I appreciate that comment. It is something I try and keep in mind. Obviously, I'm going to overanalyze a lot of the times anyway. But hopefully sometimes I can remember, you know what? It is just a song. So maybe sometimes just sit back and enjoy. All right, Friday is Doris by Earl Sweatshirt, finally getting to Earl after his name coming up for a year because I was doing Tyler. So I look forward to that. And I guess that's it. We'll see you guys on Friday. Bye, Slurpee. Bye. Look at him going back and forth. Man.